Adversity can be your greatest teacher. Challenges, like the man in the basement, can push us to grow. You know, adversity isn't just a stumbling block, it's a forge. It's the fire that burns away our illusions and tempers our spirit into something unbreakable. I used to think that struggle was the enemy, that if I could just avoid pain, duck under the hard moments, or keep smiling through it all, I'd be okay. But life doesn't work like that. It doesn't care if you're ready or not. One day, the ground gives out beneath you, and you're falling fast. Maybe it's an illness, a betrayal, a loss, a shattered dream, and you find yourself at the bottom of the staircase, staring at the door to your basement, knowing you have no choice but to open it. That's when adversity walks in. Not with a warning, not with a kind face, but with a sledgehammer to everything you thought was stable. And here's what I've learned. Here's the power in it. Adversity asterisk isn't here to destroy you asterisk. It's here to asterisk reveal you asterisk. It's here to challenge everything you believed about yourself and ask, now what? When I lost both of my legs, I didn't know if I could ever stand again, let alone walk. I wasn't just grieving the physical loss, I was grieving identity. Who am I now? What do I become without the version of myself I knew so well? I remember sitting in that hospital bed thinking, asterisk, is this it? Is my life over at 19? Asterisk, but then a thought cracked through the fear. Asterisk, what if this is a beginning? Asterisk, adversity doesn't always knock politely. Sometimes it barges in and sits down with you at the table, but in that discomfort, something amazing happens. You become a student again, a student of resilience, a student of inner strength. You start learning how to breathe differently, think differently, move differently. And those are the lessons that no classroom, no textbook, no motivational quote on Instagram can give you. This is life teaching you in real time, the man in the basement, that fear, that pain, that broken version of yourself. He's not there to haunt you. He's there to challenge you. And every time you answer, every time you show up, even shaking, even crawling, even whispering, I'm not done, you grow. You change, you become more than you were before. The people I admire the most, the boldest, the most joyful, the most alive, aren't the ones who avoided hardship. They're the ones who asterisk embraced it asterisk, who said, okay, life, show me what you've got. And then they used that pain as their power. They took their basement stories and turned them into blueprints for courage. And I know you can too, because adversity doesn't come to end your story. It comes to asterisk, begin asterisk, a new one you never imagined you were capable of writing. Let it teach you, let it break you open, and let it build you into something unshakable. Let me know if you'd like this part turned into a spoken word, performance F, or classroom presentation version F. Your limitation is just a starting line. Our lowest points can be the birthplace of transformation. Let me tell you something I wish someone had told me earlier. Your limitation is not the end, it is the beginning. The moment something knocks you down, breaks your rhythm, disrupts your life, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, that is not the moment your story stops. That is the moment a new version of you is waiting to be born. But only if you dare to look at that limitation not as a wall, but as a starting line. When I lost my legs, people looked at me like I had lost everything, but they didn't see what was just beginning. I'll never forget the feeling of standing for the first time on prosthetic legs. It wasn't graceful. It wasn't strong. It was terrifying. I wobbled. I cried. I fell. But in that moment, I wasn't just learning to walk again. I was learning what it meant to asterisk, begin again asterisk. And that right there is the truth most people miss. Every limitation is an invitation to redesign yourself, to reinvent what's possible. We've been conditioned to believe that limitations mean we're less than. That if we can't do things the way others do or the way we used to, we're somehow broken. But let me flip that for you. That limitation, that thing you think is in your way, it's the very thing that forces you to innovate, to adapt, to find strength you didn't know you had. And asterisk, that asterisk is where greatness lies. Not in the perfect, but in the possible. You may feel like you're behind right now. You may look at your life and see detours, delays, setbacks. But I want you to understand that these moments are asterisk, not asterisk distractions from your journey. They asterisk are asterisk your journey. That starting line you're standing on may not look like much. It might be wrapped in pain or uncertainty. But it is still a place to rise from. That is your edge. That is your chance. Don't waste time mourning what you lost. Yes, feel the grief. Let it move through you, but don't live there. Because right behind the grief is your power. I had to rebuild everything. How I walked, how I moved, how I dreamed, but in doing so, I realized something profound. My limitations didn't confine me. They defined my creativity. They demanded it. And the more I embraced the process, the more I grew. Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, spiritually. You don't have to be fearless. You don't have to have it all figured out. All you have to do is start. Start awkwardly. Start slowly. Start scared, because starting from where you are, even if it's in pain, is better than waiting for perfect. Perfect never comes, but growth is waiting right there, on the other side of your first shaky step. Let me know if you'd like this expanded into a TD Talk Script F or Book Chapter Draft F. Perspective shapes reality. What you believe about your challenge determines how you move through it. Let me be real with you, asterisk. Your perspective is everything, asterisk. It's not just a motivational poster or a cute quote on a mug. It is the most powerful tool you have because it shapes the way you experience every single thing in your life. Two people can go through the same storm. One will drown, the other will surf. And the difference isn't their circumstances. It's how they see those circumstances. It's what they believe about them. Your mind is the lens, and what you focus on becomes your reality. When I was lying in a hospital bed, tubes in my arms, bandages where my legs used to be, I had every reason to see the world as cruel, unfair, and broken, and for a moment, I did. I was angry. I felt like life had betrayed me. But one day, I looked at my reflection and said, Amy, if this is your life now, how are you going to live it? That question didn't come from strength. It came from desperation, but it was the beginning of something new. Because I realized I couldn't change what had happened to me, but I could change how I saw it, and that choice, that was mine. You get to decide what story you attach to your struggle. You get to decide whether it's a curse or a calling. Whether it's the end or a new beginning. I could have said, I'm broken, I'll never be whole again. But instead, I asked, how can I become whole in a different way? That shift in thinking didn't happen overnight. It happened every day. Every moment I chose gratitude over bitterness, curiosity over self, pity. Every time I looked in the mirror and said, okay, let's see what this body can do now. Perspective isn't pretending everything's fine when it's not. It's seeing clearly, but choosing power over paralysis. Choosing purpose over pain, and guess what? That choice is not always easy. Sometimes your brain wants to drag you back down, whispering, you can't handle this. That's when you fight back with truth. You remind yourself, this is hard, but it's not hopeless. I may be down, but I'm not done. Here's what I've learned, the way you look at your basement . The man down there, the fear, the struggle determines whether you stay stuck or rise up. If you see that basement as a dungeon, you'll sit in the dark forever. But if you see it as a forge, a place where you are being refined, rebuilt, reimagined, you'll come out on fire, not because the pain is gone, but because you grew stronger inside it. You don't need perfect circumstances to live a powerful life. You just need the courage to shift your perspective, to say, maybe this isn't happening to me, maybe it's happening for me. That one shift can change everything, not just how you see the world, but how you move through it, lead in it, and rise beyond it. Let me know if you want this adapted into a classroom workshop, F, or motivational handout, F. Embrace the shadows, suppressed fears or pains must be acknowledged to heal. You cannot heal what you won't face. Let that land. You cannot grow past what you're still pretending doesn't exist. We live in a world that teaches us to smile through pain, filter our failures, and keep the hard parts of ourselves locked away like they're shameful. But let me tell you something. Your healing doesn't live in the sunlight. It lives in the shadows, in the places you're afraid to go, in the basement where you shoved everything you didn't want to deal with. The fears, the grief, the trauma, the voice in your head that whispers you're not enough. And I get it. It's terrifying to go there, to open the door and actually look at what you buried. It's easier to keep busy, to numb out, to say, I'm fine, when you're absolutely not. But every single time you ignore the man in your basement, he grows louder. He shows up in your anxiety, in your relationships, in yourself, sabotage, and one day he kicks down the door and you're forced to confront the very thing you spent years avoiding. But here's the twist. When you finally sit down with him, when you stop running and start listening, you realize something. That man, that fear, that pain, he's not your enemy. He's your mirror. You start to see what's actually been driving you. Why you push people away. Why you doubt yourself. Why you always feel like you're not doing enough. And when you see it, when you really see it, you finally have the power to change it. That is the moment you stop being a victim of your past and start being the author of your future. I had to face a version of myself I didn't like. Not just the girl without legs, but the girl who thought she was unlovable because of it. The girl who pretended to be strong when she was breaking inside. I had to go into my own basement, cry on that floor, feel the weight of everything I tried to outrun, and then choose to rise anyway, not by ignoring my pain, but by integrating it, by saying, this is a part of me, but it does not define me. Do not let your shadows control your story. Own them, bring them into the light. That is how healing begins, not by pretending everything's okay, but by admitting it's not, and being brave enough to go there anyway. Your strength is not in how well you hide your struggles. It's in how honestly you meet them. That's where real confidence comes from. That's where peace begins. So yes, go down into the basement, not to get stuck, but to set yourself free, to unchain the parts of you that have been waiting for your courage. Because the longer you avoid what's hurting you, the longer it holds power over you. But the moment you face it, you begin to reclaim everything it ever stole. Let me know if you'd like this in a guided journaling form. At F or Emotional Healing Worksheet F. Design your life. Don't just survive it. We can take creative control even when life feels out of our hands. You weren't born to just survive this life. You were born to design it, to shape it. To take the pieces, even the shattered ones, and create something powerful, something meaningful, something yours. But the truth is, most people are stuck in survival mode. They wake up, go through the motions, numb the pain, scroll past the dreams they used to care about, and call that living. That's not living, that's coping, and you were made for so much more than just coping. I know what it feels like to lose control, to have life rip the plans right out of your hands and say, not this way. When I lost my legs, I thought I lost my path. I thought I'd never dance again, never chase a dream again. But what I learned, what shook me to my core, is that when life removes the structure you were used to, you get to be the architect. You get to take the pain, the uncertainty, the rawness of your experience and build something new. You don't need to wait for permission. You don't need the perfect moment. You just need to decide, I will not let this define me. I will define what comes next. So many people are waiting to feel ready, waiting for the fear to go away, waiting for the storm to pass. But here's the truth. The storm might not pass anytime soon. The fear might not vanish. And guess what? You can still build a life that excites you within the storm. You can still design joy, purpose, and passion even while it hurts. Especially while it hurts. You do not need to have all the answers. You just need to be curious enough to ask better questions. Ask yourself, what do I want to feel more of? And not what's realistic, but what's possible. What makes my soul come alive? What could I create, even if it's messy, even if it's not perfect? Start there. Start where it's real, and then start building. We don't get to control every piece of our story, But we do get to choose how we respond to it. We get to decide what meaning we assign to our pain, what purpose we pull from our problems, and that's where the magic is. That's where the artist in you wakes up. That's where you go from merely existing to actively designing a life that reflects your values, your heart, your truth. Stop thinking you're too broken, too late, too far behind. You're not. You're exactly where your new story begins. You don't need to go back to who you were. You need to lean into who you're becoming, and that person, that future version of you, they're waiting for you to stop surviving and start creating, start shaping. Start owning every inch of your experience and saying, yes, this is hard, but it's mine, and I will make something beautiful out of it. Let me know if you'd like this turned into a vision board guide F or creative recovery workshop F. Turn fear into fuel use your inner basement, struggles to rise stronger. You are not on this journey to stay in the basement. You are here to asterisk rise asterisk, to asterisk become asterisk, to asterisk return asterisk, but not as the same version of yourself who walked into the dark. You come back transformed. Stronger, wiser, more aware of your own power, and that return, that moment when you walk up those stairs with your head held high, that's not just your healing, that's your asterisk homecoming asterisk. That's you reclaiming the life you were always meant to lead. But here's the truth, rising isn't always pretty. It doesn't happen with music swelling in the background or crowds cheering you on. Sometimes it happens quietly, painfully, breath by breath, as you pull yourself off the cold floor with nothing but your willpower. Sometimes it looks like crying in your car before walking into work like nothing's wrong. Sometimes it's saying no to something that used to define you just so you can say yes to who you really are. But every one of those moments matters. Every one of those choices is you asterisk returning to yourself asterisk. You've already done the hardest part. You've faced the man in the basement. You've felt the fear, the shame, the grief. You've stopped running and started reckoning, and now it's time to come back into the light, not to forget what happened, but to asterisk carry it asterisk with purpose, because your scars, they are not signs of weakness. They are the proof that you fought your way through something dark and won. They are the map of how you made your way out, and someone out there is waiting to hear asterisk how asterisk you did it. Someone needs your story to believe they can survive their own. Your return is not just for you. It's for the people who will one day look at you and say, if they made it through asterisk, that asterisk, maybe I can too. It's for the people who haven't found their courage yet. You become a mirror of what's possible. Not because you're perfect, but because you asterisk kept going asterisk. And that is more powerful than perfection ever will be. Don't come back small. Don't shrink yourself to fit the version of you that people expect. Come back with fire in your chest and truth in your voice. Come back with boundaries, with purpose, with a heart that knows its worth. You've earned that. You've walked through your own darkness and kept walking. That's not just resilience, that's asterisk rebirth asterisk. So rise and don't apologize for how you got here. Own your story. Share your light. You are not the same person who went into the basement. You are more. More aware, more compassionate, more alive, and now that you've come back asterisk, own it asterisk. Because the most powerful version of you is the one who remembers the dark, but refuses to live in it. Let me know if you'd like this part adapted into a closing keynote F or personal growth guide F.